All right,
Yeah.
guys, welcome to the next video. Today we're trying something a bit different. We're gonna do some reading some Reddit fan fiction. These are horrible, but me and
Yeah.
my co-star Colby here are gonna be going through these, sharing the burden.
It's slightly odd. I think the way we decided we're gonna do it, we're kind of just gonna read back and forth. We'll figure it out per scenario,
Yeah,
but I
we'll
think it's gonna
share
be kind
some
of
of
fun
the pain.
and kind of cringy.
All right, hope you guys enjoy.
Shrek was love. Shrek was life.
The sun was setting and the night was growing near. Lord Farquaad, standing above the defeated and humiliated Shrek, pulls out his blade and throws it on the ground in front of him.
You have been bested by the mighty Farquaad. There is only one thing you could do to spare yourself from future humiliation.
Shrek, on his knees, nods his head and picks up the sword Lord Farquaad has tossed on the ground. Then holds the sword out and slowly puts the tip of the blade toward the left side if is if his abdomen. Shrek, with a slight smile, plunges the blade deep into himself, pulls it from the left to right toward the center of his stomach, then twists the blade facing upward as blood begins for flood out of his massive body. The strong and luxurious scent of pure onions began to fill the air as he slowly pulls the blade to his chest. As his eyes flooding with tears, but continuously the smile grows on his face as he remains to retain full eye contact with the victorious Lord Farquaad.
Yes! Yes!
The triumphant Lord Farquaad cries in joy while his mouth overflows with saliva and the ever growing bulge begins to tear through his super tight and revealing pants. Shrek continues to pull the blade up towards his chest, picking up the seed until the deed is done. Shrek guts spill out all over Farquaad's feet, as if it were a water balloon bursting at the seams. The tattered and broken Shrek, defeated and utterly outmatched by the sheer power and the charisma of the incredible Art Farquaad, says with his final breath,
Better out than in, I always say.
Shrek falls over before the feet of the powerful Lord Farquaad as Lord Farquaad begins to have his way with the blood and gut soaked corpse laying before him. Today it ends. Today it was Ogre. Rock Star by Smash Mouth begins to play in slow motion in the background as the scene fades to black. Okay, I was not expecting. Okay, I was not expecting that end. I'm not gonna lie,
I had to mute the whole time because I was
dude.
dying.
That one's kind of funny. That was kind of
You
funny. He
you
had spelling
mispronounced like
mistakes though.
75 words,
Okay,
bruh.
no, I mispronounced, but some of them they were spelling mistakes on his part, and I was just trying to like read it the
Bro,
way he wrote it.
I was I was
That was funny
dying.
though. That one was funny. All right, we'll have to do another one. This story is called Mario and Sonic Violate the Geneva Convention, Part 1, my first fanfic. I awoke in a cell, having no memory of anything that had taken place before now and having no clue how I got there. I heard cries for help coming from all around me. Suddenly I heard a buzz and the cell door opened. I stumbled outside, finding others in similar states of confusion. All of us were wearing the same yellow jumpsuit with a question mark on our back. An arrow sign lit up above us, pointing to a solid metal door that was slowly opening before me. Pushing past the others, we trickled into a massive entry hall. All doors were metal, just like the one we came out of, and were locked. Suddenly, a trumpet sounded from above. A young woman with blonde hair limped down with the lavish stairs, chained at the foot to a gigantic black bullet dragging behind her. Her pink dress was ripped and torn. Her eyes were so bloodshot they almost looked red. She stopped and began to unfurl a scroll and read to us.
Dear prisoners, now presenting your Lord and Savior, the one above them all, the Red Emperor.
A 5 foot tall man clad in red slowly descended the stairs. He dragged a large hammer behind him and wore a red and black crown with a letter M on it.
It's me, bitches.
Most of us were not intimidated by the midget tomato. In fact, many laughed at him. None of this seemed to faze the Emperor at the least.
It's time to play a game, shitheads. The rules of the game are simple. Hold it. There's no way in hell we're just gonna accept this.
Boomed a voice from the back. Turning to look at the source of the voice, I saw a rotund man with a glorious mustache. Upon his bald head, he wore a cracked pair of glasses. The Emperor chucked from his lofty throne. He lifted his hand into the air. Snap! Suddenly, a blue blur raced toward the man and stopped directly in front of him before racing back to God knows where. The man fell over, and upon further inspection, I saw a hole bored straight through his chest. The fat man was dead.
If you do not play, then I will summon my pet and let him have his way with you. Now, where was I? Oh, yes, the rules are simple. You complete the game. The one who wins the game gets a super. Yeah, the one who wins the game gets a star. The one who loses the game dies. All players who survive move on to the next round. There's one who has the most stars at the end of the game is allowed to go free. Simple, right? Now proceed to the door and let the games begin.
At these words, a door on the first level of the building opened. A sign read above it, Book Squirm. We reluctantly walked towards the door, not knowing what our fate would be. The laughter of the Red Emperor faded into the background, signaling doom was to come. All right. We I mean, to be honest, that one was as graphic as the Shrek one, but
No, it wasn't.
I'm kind of glad, but in a way, it wasn't as funny. But
Now I'm curious what the second part is.
no, I wonder if it gets more intense on that. Like it just gets because I mean he said he wants to have his animal have his way with him. I mean,
Yeah,
I
that's a
think bro sounds
little
freaky.
sus.
All right, I guess we'll do another one. See you guys in
Yep.
the next one. All right, this next one's called Daniel Tiger XU. Daniel waves hello to you and yells from a distance.
Hello, neighbor. You're looking hella cute, snack.
You look at him and get real hot and hard. You start sweating while walking towards him. He gives you a gentle hug, but stays there and rubs you back and pulls you closer to his furry chest. Suddenly, in the moment you snap off and he lets go, you walk off thinking it wasn't anything special. Daniel invites you to sit with him on the bus. You both exchange words for a while. We finally got to the mall. It was a planned weekend, maybe a date with Mr. Daniel Tiger. Rawr. You walk off into the the mall waving your arm side to side filled with happiness. Daniel grabs your hand and whispers in your ear that he needs you. He explains that he can't deal without you knowing the truth that you are his love. After saying his seductive sentences, he loves you and confessed it. Both of you naughty kids agree to go to a fine place to be special kids like the ones you are. That sounds horrible. What is
What
that
the heck,
ending?
bro?
That
I
end. Oh my
died when you
gosh.
said roar.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'll put some emphasis on that,
Oh
dude.
my
That
gosh.
that was. I think that was the worst. I don't know if that was worse. Just it's
I
just like
was
a kids figure like channel. Like it's just like
I was too busy
it's for
trying to
kids
make the
TV, bro.
sentence seductive, and I fucked the sentence up.
No, yeah, you fucked up the sentence and you didn't sound seductive, so you failed on both ends. A failure. All right, we're gonna go on the
Damn
next
it.
one.
Yep.
And for our next story, we're starting After Hours. Remy X Skinner. After Hours, Remy X Skinner by Jade B. Hi, this is a story about Remy the Rat after he got famous. After he got all 5 stars on the Gusto sign, Remy the Rat walked outside the restaurant. He was feeling cold and tired. Remy soon found Skinner by the trash cans. Skinner, what are you doing out here? Remy said. Skinner started crying. You took my job, Rat. You know how difficult my life has been? Skinner cried out.
Remy the rat walked to the trash cans. You could hear his little feet tap. Remy sat down by Skinner and put his tiny hand on his leg and said, I'm sorry, I really didn't expect you to be this upset, Remy said, looking at Skinner deeply. I want to make it up to you. I'll do anything. Skinner looked at Remy. He was mad at first, but slowly rested his eyebrows and smiled. Thanks, Remy. Remy got up and sat in Skinner's lap. Now tell me, Skinner, what do you want in life? Like I said, I'll do anything to make you happy. Skinner put his hand on Remy's head and gently patted. It would be great to work at the restaurant again. Skinner smiled and blushed, looking away. I guess spending time with you wouldn't make me happy again. You know I used to hate you, Remy, but now I think you're cool.
But the next day, Remy called Skinner. Hey, Skinner, do you want to hang out? Skinner smiled brightly, almost dropping the phone. Yeah, where are we going to hang out? Remy, the cat rat, blushed and said, well, maybe you can hang out at my place. I can cook for you. Remy paused and looked at the fridge. Oh, Skinner, also Alfredo will be gone at his mom's. Skinner turned bright red. Oh, is that so? Remy laughed a bit. Yes, Skinner looked at his watch and sighed. All right, Remy, I got a job at the gas station. I have to be there in 15 minutes. Skinner sighed again. See you tonight then? Remy smiled. Yeah, for sure. Remy tapped the end call button with his small paw. I can't wait for tonight, he said, jumping around. Remy went into the fridge and opened it. He grabbed the eggplant, tomato, squash, and zucchini. He started making the famous ratatouille from scratch. An hour went by and Remy heard a knock. Remy got excited and opened the door. Skinner was standing there wearing a comfy coat and a cool hat. Skinner looked at Remy with wonder. How did you open the door? Remy laughed and said, I have my ways, and winked. Skinner walked inside and sat on the couch. It smells nice in here, Remy. Remy smiled and ran to the table in the kitchen. Thanks. Remy grabbed the plates and jumps down on the floor. Skinner grabs the plate from Remy and smiles. Thanks. Remy sits next to Skinner and eats his ratatouille. Do you like it? Skinner finishes his foods and nods. Remy smiles and looks down at the floor. What's wrong, Remy? Says Skinner. Remy looks at Skinner and blushes. Skinner, I think I like you. Skinner's eyes widen and he turns bright red. Do you? Remy nods and holds Skinner's hand with his tiny paw. Skinner smiles brightly and kisses Remy's head. I like you too, Remy. Remy gets up and leans in for a kiss, then he looks away blushing. Skinner looks out the window. Could this be the right one, he thought.
The next morning, Remy woke up to the sound of an alarm clock. He turned and saw that Skinner was right next to him. Remy the rat blushed and got up to make breakfast. After he made breakfast for him and Skinner, then Skinner went home. Remy the rat realized this is the one that he needs in his life. Remy the rat decided to get Skinner a present. Remy went to the store called La Boutique de Saints Paris. Remy went to the store and got tulips for Skinner. Remy called Skinner for the date to tell him how he really felt. At, den- at dinner, Remy gave Skinner the flowers. All of a sudden, Skinner gets up and says, Remy, I know this is early, but I really like you. Remy gets confused. What are you? Skinner gets on his knee and puts a ring out of his pocket. Remy, I know this is early, but will you marry me? Remy's eyes start to water. It jumps up and yells, Yes! Skinner smiles, also starts to tear up. I love you. Remy the rat puts a tiny silver ring on and smiles as they finish their dinner.
Remy the rat was at home on the window looking outside, looking at the pretty view. Remy went to the bathroom on the mini toilet. He went in the mini cabinet and grabbed a pregnancy test. He sighed. After he took the test, he put it on the counter and waited in the living room. After 5 minutes, he went back to see it. He gasped and cried happily. Remy called Skinner and told him the big news. He mentioned that since he is a rat, he will have 12 kids. Skinner was a bit scared but very happy after he is becoming a father. Remy was then calmly went to bed smiling at the stars outside. Skinner also went to bed really excited and a bit nervous. Until then, this couple will soon live happy and wonderful lives until this is the end of the story. Okay. That's just disturbing. Who has these fantasies? I want to know why. Why Skinner? I like
Bro, when you said the
what?
pregnancy check,
Dude, that one was bad.
oh my god,
I
I
think the Shrek
literally
one's
have
probably the
tears
worst.
running down my face.
Good.
Holy crap.
Oh my gosh. Well, I really hope you guys
Oh,
enjoyed
that
this.
was.
This was painful. This was very painful. Oh my gosh. All right. Well,
Uh,
I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.